Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Arbuckle. Welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to share with you guys some tips and tricks for getting more kills in Fortnite Battle Royale. I know a lot of you guys are playing this game and everybody wants to know how to get as many kills as possible in a single game. So I thought that I would make a video and share with you guys some things that we have done that have really helped us to rack up loads of kills in Fortnite. So without further ado, let's jump right into this video. So the first tip that I have for you is a very basic tip, and that's to set a comfortable sensitivity. You want to be able to shoot long range and close range. Now keep in mind there are a few different sensitivities. One is for regular rifles and shotguns. The other is for snipers and I believe scoped ARs. So you want to make sure that you have your sensitivities all set up and ready to go so that if you jump in a game and someone starts shooting you, you pick up a sniper, you're not stuck with a super quick or a super slow sensitivity. I believe on consoles, I don't know if it's the same on PC, but a lot of times when they update the game, the sensitivities will go all whack and you have to change them again depending on what they update. So make sure when there's an update that your sensitivities haven't changed on you, they're still the same, and you should be good to go. The second tip that I have for you is to land at a popular area. Now I know this sounds crazy, but this is something that we've been doing a lot recently and has really helped to add up kills and even get us wins and get us a lot more loot at the beginning of the game. Landing at a place like Salty Springs and going with your entire team and landing at a specific house and taking over Salty Springs one house at a time is something that's really going to work. You're going to be able to get a lot more kills, you're going to be able to get a lot more loot and have a really good chance of winning the game. Don't be afraid. So many people think that you have to go completely far away out in the middle of nowhere to be able to survive, when that is not the case. As a matter of fact, you have a much better chance of getting really good loot if you go to somewhere popular and you work as a team. Work as a team, like I just said. Don't actually, so many people will go to Salty Springs with like 3 or 4 people and they'll all get greedy, which is something we all do in Fortnite, and they'll all take an individual house for themselves, and then someone goes down and then someone tries to go to revive them and then they go down, and then it just turns into a really crappy game and everyone dies maybe except for one person, and then you have to just watch one guy play the whole time. So land at one specific house, everyone share. It doesn't matter what you have, as long as everyone has something that's gonna kill someone. Move house by house and you'll be able to eliminate other teams that are making the mistake of splitting up. And then hopefully if you play your cards right, you'll be able to get all the loot that was in Salty Springs. Just a cool little tip that hopefully will help some of you guys out. The third tip that I have for you is to turn offense and defense. Now what do I mean by this? So many people will camp, they'll get in a circle, they'll hide somewhere, and they'll just build a base immediately, like right at the beginning of the game or shortly after the beginning of the game, when that's not the best idea. So many people want to camp and wait for people to come to them. That works sometimes, but a lot of times it sucks. And the reason for that is when you build a base, you become the main target. Everyone on the map sees your base and wants to attack you, right? Like if there might be 4 other teams on the map, and maybe all the 4 of those teams don't have a base, but you're going to be the main target because you're the one with a base. Everyone sees you, everyone knows where you're at, and it's going to make it very difficult for you, especially if people are off in the distance with snipers. You're an easy target. So turn offense into defense, play offense, run into someone before you start building something. A lot of times what we like to do is we like to run around until we find a team. Maybe they're building a base or they're looting a house, and as soon as they all go to loot a house or loot a farm or loot whatever they're going for, we'll surround them, we'll build walls with ramps, and we'll all just start shooting at the same time. And it's a very easy tactic to get lots of kills and to get lots of loot. So again guys, turn offense into defense, force unprepared play. The next tip that I have for you is basically what I just said, building ramps. And this tip is build ramps into bases. So many people are super intimidated, including myself at sometimes, by some of the big bases that people are building closer to the end of the game up on mountaintops. It's super intimidating to see someone that's got a ginormous base like that with a potential of 4 enemies inside. So, you know, it's smart to be like, okay, you know, how are we going to attack this? There's got to be a way rather than to just run right down the middle and start shooting at them. The trick is to ramp up into their base. If you play aggressive and you're not scared, ramping into someone's base with a shotgun is the best way to kill them. And it'll throw them off completely. I got to give a shout out to Mike for really bringing this into my gameplay. I didn't do this a lot until Mike started doing it, and once we started doing it, we were killing loads and loads of teams. Because what happens is if you get your shotgun out and you start ramping up into their base, they're not paying attention, you come down above them when they're on a mountain in a giant base, they're not going to expect that, and you're going to be able to take out their whole team if you go up there with 2 or 3 guys. Very easy. We've done this with full teams solo before. Like, that's how easy this is, because you throw people off so much that they don't know what's going on. They start freaking out, and it turns into a big spray and pray, and it makes it so much easier for you, someone someone that's prepared and knows where all the enemies are, rather than they turn around. They don't know how many people are behind them. They don't know where you're at, how many people are there, what's going on. They're just freaking out. So it makes it very, very easy to get loads of kills if you ramp into their bases with shotguns. You can also use launch pads. Launch pads are really cool, especially at the end of the game. If you build up into the sky and launch into someone's base, that is actually hilarious and works very, very well. No one's going to expect you to come flying out of the sky at the end of the game. So use the launch pads, ramp into bases with shotguns, you'll be good to go. The last tip that I have for you also has to do with shotguns, and that's the jump shot. Jump shotting with the shotgun is so important. I know a lot of you guys already know this tip. If you don't do it, I highly recommend you do it. You're going to get a lot more kills. You're going to evade a lot more shotgun shots, maybe even assault rifle shots. Just keep jumping around, and it'll make it a lot easier for you to get more kills. Another tip with the ARs, one thing I notice is when you move around a lot with the ARs, your bullets will be off, right? Whereas if you stand still, it's going to be a lot easier to hit a target. I don't recommend standing still if you're getting shot at, because then you make yourself a really easy target, and if someone has a SCAR or a scoped AR, you're dead in 3 shots, 2 shots, whatever. So if someone's shooting at you, I don't recommend standing still. But if someone's running away from you, they're not paying attention, you're about to start attacking an enemy team, don't strafe. Don't move around while you're shooting, because your bullets are going to be off, and you're going to give them maybe a few extra seconds to build a wall or to escape, or maybe even kill you. So if someone doesn't see you, stand still. You'll be able to attack them. Your bullets will get a lot, or be a lot more straight, and you'll be able to get a lot more kills. So anyway, guys, that's really the video. I hope you guys did enjoy some of these tips. Hopefully they'll help you out. If you guys have any more tips or random things to add about the video, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. I'm sure we can all use some tips from other people instead of just me. But again, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.